Hey folks, Sean here. And in this episode, I want to talk to you about what it means to be product led. Now, you may have heard of this before, but the concept, as it's often shared, is referred to as product led growth. This is a concept that, my opinion, was popularized by an author, Wes Bush, when he created a book called Product Led Growth. And then he went into, in particular, making a distinction between taking a product led versus a sales led approach. Now, the reason why I want to talk about this is because it's something that is a very powerful strategy I've leveraged extensively to achieve a lot of success in software and product. And in my opinion, almost anyone can take advantage of this regardless of what type of software product or company you have. Even better, if you're just starting out, if you're a founder, or if you're thinking about building a software company, you can take a product-led approach right out of the gate, which in my opinion simplifies quite a bit. And it might be more along the lines of the experience that you're looking for. Now, in simple terms, just to define it, product-led growth is really where, just as the name implies, you're leading with the product when it comes to almost everything. As in, when it comes to demos and selling and all this kind of stuff, everything essentially gets done by the product. The product does your vetting for you. Now, this is where you leverage concepts like the freemium tiers, the free trials, that other stuff that I talk about after you've been able to generate demand from somewhere, right, wherever that may be, ads, SEO, anything else you might be able to scale, but you ultimately get people into the product as soon as possible. That's the idea. And that idea is because the sooner you get people into the product, the sooner you're going to be able to enable them to figure out whether or not it's something that they're looking for. Like, is this a solution that solves their problem? And this speeds the process up considerably, as opposed to the sales-led approach, which means you need to get people involved. There are essentially like gates at points in the process where maybe it's a controlled demo. They can't see the software or access the software, so they need to talk to somebody about that. It slows everything down, slows the decision-making process down, adds more people into the mix, right? Whatever it is. And there's a time and a place for a specific type of software product, but if you're familiar with this concept in terms of being product led, then, and it is right for you, it's something that interests you, then you can avoid having to slow the process down at all by taking a product led approach to the growth and realistically the experience that you want to create for your customer. Now, in my opinion, this goes further than that. This goes beyond just the customer experience. To me, it extends to the type of company that you want to create. In my opinion, product led company falls much more into the category of being a low touch product than a high touch product. And also, in my opinion, low touch product means simpler software, which is easier for people to figure out. It's easier and faster for people to figure out how to get value out of it. In my opinion, it even makes it easier for you to figure out how to build and grow a company that is product led with considerably less resources because your product, your software, is doing a lot of the heavy lifting. Now, that all of those elements and characteristics are very attractive to someone like myself because I don't want to grow a huge team. I want to build a software company where the software does most of the work and it is ideally infinitely scalable, right? Now, this design isn't perfect. You're potentially going to have other issues related to this, but it is going to eliminate so many problems for you if you take an approach like this. Now, a lot of the focus when product led is brought up is the growth aspect. How do I grow my company? How do I scale it? How do I make it more profitable? I get it. All that stuff is important. And we'll talk more about that. But product-led approach gives you the ability to do that very, very efficiently and effectively if you've got an idea in terms of which channels for you are producing the best. But I think it goes way beyond that. In my opinion, taking a product-led approach is going to make it that much easier for you to not violate my first principle, and that is to keep software simple. Realistically speaking, there is hardly a time when any customers or users think about it as yourself using software products. Have you ever said to yourself, man, I wish this software was more complicated, right? At some point you might have said, I wish this software would also do this. That's a different thing. The complicated software element is a huge challenge that almost all software companies face, and they overcomplicate a lot of the solutions that they build through their software. So if you're taking a product-led approach, it's going to force you to an extent to ensure that you keep your software experience, usability, UX, all of those elements simple. And if you keep them simple, it's easier to take a product-led approach to growth. So if you see here, I've connected the two dots, right? Taking a product-led approach enables you to keep software simple. Keeping software simple enables you to be more successful when it comes to taking a product-led approach. And then taking a product-led approach enables you to grow a company very efficiently, very effectively, very scalable way that uses significantly less resources, becomes highly profitable, keeps your overhead low, right? So keeping your software simple, I think, is a really guiding principle that anyone can follow. And then leveraging product-led growth techniques is something that a software company that has kept their product simple can take advantage of to experience the rest of these benefits. Now, I'm going to talk more about this as a concept in terms of how I leverage it in specific instances with the software that I build so that you can figure out how to incorporate it into what it is that you're doing.